The natural materials, I think, in duplicating life, which we're trying to do in fly tying, it's always made sense to me to use something that that comes from life, something that's not processed into a different form. The effect that any natural material has on the water, I think, is going to be superior to what is going to be represented by a synthetic material. In other words, it is enhanced by the effect of being on the water rather than being altered negatively. And there are plenty of reasons that I could give you, but the bottom line is I just simply prefer natural fly tying materials. I love the feel of it. I love the skill requirements that are there. And I also like the idea of the respect for those living creatures as well. But in tying with turkey, I think what we can show and what we're trying to show is that even though there are thousands of different fly patterns, and all of those fly patterns, even if we are using natural materials, use a number of different products that come from birds or animals, and usually it's a single product that comes from a single animal. Now, with turkey, we find that we can use upwards of a half a dozen or so different materials to accomplish different purposes. Some of them are more appropriate for dry flies, some of them are more appropriate for wet flies. But overall, I just find that there's a tremendous versatility and diversity of fly tying materials and the effects that we can accomplish with those materials in feathers that come from the turkey.
Now here's Rene with his first pattern, a mayfly nymph. Each fly will be preceded with a list of materials needed to tie it.
Even though most of the materials that come from birds and animals are somewhat limited, the turkey provides us with a number of different materials that we can use in a variety of ways. And what we're going to do today is to demonstrate a variety of ways of working with the different materials that come from the turkey. And I think we will see some things that maybe are not so familiar to people. And I'd like to begin by starting with a basic mayfly nymph pattern, and we're going to go through the process of tying the nymph. I'll begin by securing this long shanked hook. We like to use a little bit of extra length for a mayfly. This is size 12. I always begin each fly at the front, and my procedure is to cover the hook shank with fairly tight, close wraps of tying thread. This builds our foundation, provides us a means of preventing the material from moving around as we work with the material, and also when we fish with it. It's a durability factor, and I think it's worth remembering.